welcome to the Unimaginary Friendcast. This is live stream episode 264. 264. This is a conversation with your socially distanced best friends, and we are those best friends.
I am Nathan Vaughn Edmondson.
Aaron Marie Betty Davis Jr.
Wait, oh God, this is so hard. Okay, wait. This is Nathan Von Edmondson. This is Aaron Marie Betty Davis Jr. And I am your favorite host of all, DavidMaster.com.
All right. So this is the first time we're ever doing 2 live stream episodes in a row. So we're very excited about it. This is very, very new. But this is part 1 of a 2-part series that we're going to do. Not tonight. This is going to be our last one for tonight. But we're going to be blowing the lid off of birth. Yeah, that thing that happened for all of us to be here. Yeah, we all shot out of somebody's vagina at some point. And
nice.
Blowing the lid off of it sounds a little weird, but unless you've had to do it yourself or you are some kind of vagina expert doctor, you probably don't know much about it. And spoiler alert, there's lots of crazy shit that happens. And
we have some mothers in the room, so they'll back your shit up. And we do have Casey Hare that's here. Somehow he knew we were going to live stream right now, and he says, yes, bitch, tell it. Tell about your pregnancy, bitch.
She.
Casey's a she? Sorry, go ahead.
David, yeah.
Sorry.
Bring it back. I know we're excited for this episode. So we're going to mainly kind of focus on human birth, but we're also going to get into some like really crazy information about other species and how it compares. And I don't want to give this away, but one of us, I'm not going to say who, is going to give birth in a week. So, I mean, I know it's really hard to guess who, but it's actually it could be any day now, but probably in a week or so. And so part 2 of this series is going to be birth, the aftermath. So what actually happened as opposed to like, I don't fucking know what actually happened. But anyway, that's that. That's today. But first.
Oh God, this is so hard.
You can do it. Oh, look at that.
What do you got, Nathan? What's your news?
Let's see. What's the news? So I guess I'll stay in the theme of our podcast episode. I recently read my mother journaled before and after my birth and provided almost pretty much play-by-play for the 5 days around when I was born. I just read that last night. It was really satisfying to see like a little glimpse into what her and my father and my older brother's lives were like in those 4 or 5 days. What she was thinking, how the hospital staff was treating her and reacting to things, the procedures they were doing at the time and 40 some years ago.
Giving him brain damage. They sort of kept x-raying her.
Yeah. I had a few x-rays right before I was born, which I don't know if that's something you should be doing with a child as they're about to be born. Who knows? Probably not. You're right, David. So that was really satisfying. And, with the birth of this child soon arriving, I've started having dreams about her. And I've had 2 dreams so far. One where she's like a fully grown adult and, like in her 20s probably and like 6'5" or something. And the other where she was just an infant and I was running around, flipping her around in her carrier. And Aaron was yelling at me because, you shouldn't flip the baby's carrier upside down. And that's what I was doing while running down steps. So I'll be a great father.
Sounds like it to me.
So someone wants us to name the kid on the air. We're probably not going to do that, but we will take suggestions. But what I am going to need from you shortly, not yet, is I need all of your predictions on the due date because there's going to be big prizes for whoever gets it. Big prizes.
What's the actual due date?
March 3rd.
March 3rd? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, David, do you want to go first with news or me?
No, you go.
Me. Okay. So I decided kind of last minute that I was going to join a cult. Yeah.
You already did. It's called Being a Mom.
I haven't joined that one yet. No, it's I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the Von Edmondson Club.
And what happens in the Von Edmondson Club?
Or a cult, rather. I just joined, so I'm still waiting to figure it out. But I officially added that name onto my name.
Did you hyphenate?
No, I have 2 last names.
Wait, what? Say it again.
No, I have 2 last names.
She's always enjoyed making collections, so now she started a collection of last names.
So it's Aaron Marie Betty Davis Jr. Von Edmondson?
Yeah.
Wow. But you didn't do the hyphen?
No, because
why not?
So the benefit of the 2 last names is that I can go by either one. So usually anything that has to do with our kid moving forward, I'll probably use the same last name that we'll all have. But anything doing with my career, I'm going to keep Davis since that's already established. And you can do either, really, except if I'm filling out a legal form, you have to include both. But when you hyphenate, that's one name. So it has to always be together. So. Oh,
yeah, that's lame then.
You did research, yeah. Okay.
I did, yeah. So I can kind of go like decide who I am, like who I'm feeling I am each day. I can wake up and be like, I'm a Davis today. Like I'm an Edmondson.
No, that's true. That's true. And I've known hyphenated people and they're a pain in the ass. I knew this one guy who I was literally like, hey, this is, introducing Aaron Davis Von Edmondson. This is Justin Johnson. And he's like, it's Justin Meldal Johnson. Like you have to say it every time. And it's just like, shut up. You're just meeting someone. You idiot. You faggot. You bitch. Oh, God. Hyphenated people are the worst. You're right.
Well, I wasn't going to go through the hassle because it's a big-ass hassle. I was at the DMV for 2.5 hours yesterday. But I would have to get a note from Nathan in some circumstances proving that she's my daughter if we're traveling alone together overseas. Because trafficking laws if you don't have the same last name. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with that shit. I'd rather just make this legal change now. And
which name is ahead of which name? Is it Davis Von Edmondson or Von Edmondson Davis?
Davis Von Edmondson.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit of a feminist, but not fully.
Accurately describes me. I'm pretty feminist.
We have a lot of, before I get into my news, we have a lot of guesses on the date. So I don't know if you guys want to record them.
March 8th is actually my prediction. So
really?
I think you're in good company.
So you guys should record them to see who gets it right, because I won't remember.
I will record.
It's already being recorded for posterity.
March 2nd, March 5th.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, there's going to be big prizes. Big prizes. So, yes.
Well, I had news, but it's kind of, I should have done it last time because it's kind of, it's not funny at all. It's kind of depressing. And I'm only sharing because I think we should do something about it. I think it's a topic we should talk about because I don't know what to do. And I think it affects all of us. It sounds even kind of weird but it's affected me in a weird way. And I don't even know why, but this is what happened. There's a guy who used to live on the street, like 2 blocks from us. And he lived in a doorway. And he was kind of famous around here, and people would bring him food and stuff. But he would always be there. And a couple weeks ago, I walked by him, and it was really cold. And I was thinking, like, what can I? He would never look at me, so I would go to the market and I would buy water sometimes. And I would think, should I give it to him or should I not give it to him? Well, anyways, last week I walked by, and there's all these candles and like flowers and stuff put up with his name in the doorway, and he passed away. And it's just like I want to do something on homelessness and to figure it out, and like what do we do, and like how do you, because I thought like the day I walked by when it was cold, I was like, I don't have anywhere to have him sleep, but how do you like find a place for someone to sleep on a cold night? And that's all.
To him?
What?
Do they know what happened to him?
I have not heard. That's just, I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, if you could solve the homelessness problem, you'd probably be the most popular person in the United States because it's a huge problem.
Yeah, no. So we should talk about that on a future episode, and everybody can weigh in and all that stuff and whatever. All right, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm sorry. Brought it down. Let's just end the show right now.
No, moving on to the Gold Star. We have a great Gold Star this week.
Oh yeah.
The floating research station. David, you are going to have to describe what the hell this is.
It's just, you got to look it up, and we should post a picture of it because it's immensely cool and out of control. And scientists from different countries designed this floating station, and it's a woman who's the main designer behind it, or credited for it, Ilana Vishmankanabanamanich, and she's like Russian or something. I don't know, but you got to look it up. It's a floating, and what they're going to be doing is studying climate change. And they're also going to be there's parts of it that they're going to be studying how to clean up the ocean, and it all will also clean it up. But you have to look at it. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, 100%. It doesn't look like anything we can accomplish today, but they did it, and it's amazing. And I just want to say that it's amazing with all the crap that goes on. Like, there's a lot of good stuff going on that we don't hear about. Like, how is that not on the news? Like, how is that not the headline? But no, it has to be about fucking Trump. And like Britney Spears was a headline on the news. It's like, but no, they didn't talk about how people are actually trying to do something about something, right?
Yeah, well, that doesn't get ratings.
The human race is so disgusting and despicable. It really just is. And I want you guys to apologize for it right now.
I'm sorry, David. Maybe we should just do
Thank
topics
you.
that are inspiring and
All right. Yeah.
awesome things that people are doing in the world, as opposed to the negative headlines.
All right. Let's do it.
So I think we should move forward into our main topic, which is birth. And I'm going to lead us through the first part of this topic. And I just want a disclaimer to everyone. I have no idea. I've never done this before. So it's not like I'm some kind of expert. But I do know some really cool shit I'm going to share with you, and I'm really excited about.
I do need to interrupt you really fast, though, that the Queen of the Von Edmondsons officially welcomed you to the cult.
The matriarch, yes. Thank you. I feel very welcome. This is my first.
Thank you, Nan.
Very excited. So this was actually where I was going to ask for everyone's bets, because I have a few stats that might tweak your guesses. But if you already wrote them down in the chat, then you're screwed. So only 5% of babies are actually born on their due date.
Whoa.
So anyone that chose third, I don't know.
5%. Well, we do have, if it's born on March 10th, it's going to share the birthday with Osama bin Laden. Did you know that?
That is the best news I've ever heard.
Wow.
So 50% of babies are born within a week, either before or after the due date, so that you have better chances. And 90% are born within 2 weeks of that date. So, which is like that's like a month. So it'd be hard to nail it down. But apparently the most popular days for babies to be born are Tuesdays, followed by Mondays. So if that changes your bet, I don't know what to tell you. You already wrote in the chat.
I'm going to say that's because there's the relaxation of a weekend that leads to childbirth.
Ooh.
That's pretty funny. Does anyone here know what day they were born on?
I mean, no, I don't.
I just read a.
He just read his birth story.
I just read my birth story, and I want to say it was a Monday, but let me see if I can find it. You can continue, and I'll let you know.
All right. Unlike what you see on TV, that only 1 in 10 mothers actually their water breaks. Like, that's not a common thing. And some people actually give birth without their water breaking. Like, the babies are still in the sack when it comes out. I'm not going to encourage you all to watch birth videos, because you got to be in a certain frame of mind to be okay with that. But it is fascinating to watch a baby come out in their sack. It's like Crazy.
I was born on a Monday.
Oh, look at that. He's a stat. He's
There you go.
just every other baby born on a Monday or Tuesday.
I just found out. Sorry, I just found out some shocking news. On the day I was born, Anne Frank was sent to the concentration camp. But go ahead, keep going, keep talking.
Yeah, there's no way that's true.
David's.
I just looked it up.
Moving on. David is not that old.
We gotta.
I was born on a Thursday. Sorry, go ahead.
Babies have no kneecaps when they're born.
What?
I know they're cute. They're the little pudginess. Like
It takes them
they
about
have
6
they're all
months.
chubby. Like sorry, go ahead.
It takes them about 6 months to actually like put together their kneecaps.
I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and also babies when they're really really young, if they smile, it's not actually attributed to like a responsive smile to something you're doing. It's their reaction to gas.
So that's ingrained in us to laugh and smile when someone farts.
That's true.
Oh.
So it could take up to 6 weeks for your baby to actually smile because they have something to smile about and they're not just very flatulent. So are we missing any good comments here? I was a grape and life stomped on me and now I am just wine. Very profound. Very profound. Babies actually can't cry when they're born. They can scream and yell for what they want, but they actually can't produce tears. And it sometimes takes up to 4 to 5 months for them to actually be able to cry the way we cry. So they yell, but they can't like.
When do they start crying? Because
4 to 5 months to produce.
Oh, 4 to 5 months. Really? Because I remember like little. All right, that's fine. Wait, Hooligan Mama, who was born on Tuesday. We need to ask you: can kids cry before 4 months?
Oh my god! Am I gonna?
She had 2 kids.
Tuesday?
Maybe.
Shit. Newborn babies have more bones than adults. They have 300 bones. Adults only have 206 because apparently they're like broken up and they fuse together as they grow.
That's so creepy.
What the heck is this thing?
I don't know. We're gonna have one. It's terrifying. I think they're aliens.
Dude, there's a little girl inside you, and then like in a couple weeks, the doctor's gonna be like, "We need to get this kid out of her," and it's gonna be like, "Oh, there was a kid inside of you. There's a person inside of you." That's so weird. Go ahead.
Somebody says here that they were born on a Saturday because their family wanted to get the birth over with so that they could go see Dennis Miller and John Lovitz on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God, your family has really bad taste.
John Lovitz is one of the funniest comedians in Saturday Night Live history.
Say anything, make any joke, or say anything he ever said ever.
What did he do? I don't remember anything, David, so I can't tell you.
See.
Okay, so what was the heaviest baby ever born? This is trivia.
Say the heaviest?
The heaviest, like the
22 pounds.
How did you know that?
I looked it up.
Right.
That's a giant turkey.
I was 7 pounds 7 ounces. Do you guys know how big you were?
Yeah, 7.5 or something like that.
21 pounds.
Pregnant ladies have 50% more blood in their body.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So, but like that's why they say like you glow, which is like I was like, what? That's kind of bullshit. But the extra blood shows up through your skin and the cheeks and actually like creates softer, shinier skin. So like that's where the glowing term comes from.
That's funny.
So,
so they do glow then. Is she look at her, Nathan? Is she glowing?
Always. So pregnant women must be a delight for vampires.
I never thought about that, but I think you're right. So I don't know if you've seen these videos of what happens if you toss a baby in water.
Excuse me?
Wait, who's tossing babies in water?
Up on YouTube.
I have seen this.
So there's a whole bunch of videos where a guy will like dunk a baby and then there's an underwater camera. They have natural instincts to hold their breath and their heart rate slows down. Like they can survive underwater. Like not to say that anybody should be putting their baby underwater, but it's like absolutely crazy that they can put them under and they're go.
I used to teach kids how to swim, and then a couple times I taught like baby classes with moms and babies. There's a certain point, when they're super young, the water's nothing. It's a certain point, I'd say around 6 or 8 months to a year, where they start getting scared. Before that, they don't care. You can do whatever you want with them in the water, and they're totally fine.
This I'm talking about like newborns that have no.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, even like up to 3 months and stuff, they're cool in the water. As long as the mom doesn't freak out, they're cool in the water. So what I'm saying is I'm backing up what you said, but go ahead.
Babies can actually breathe and swallow at the same time. Which when I read that, I was like, we can do that. And then I tried and we can't do that. You can't actually swallow and take a breath at the same time.
That seems dangerous, to breathe and swallow at the same time.
Well, they suck on your boob for like an hour at a time. So they have to.
Ew. I know that's natural and everything, but it's so creepy that you're going to sit around feeding your baby out of your boobs. It's so weird.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
All right. What's the youngest mother ever recorded?
8.
I think it was 9. Oh, go ahead. 7?
5?
5 years old.
Was it in Italy?
1939 in Peru.
Oh, in Peru?
Yep.
That's so. How old was the father?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know.
That's so creepy.
I think somebody just exclaimed, "Oh, David," because of your breastfeeding comment.
Well, it's weird. Come on. It's weird when you think about it. Just the whole everything a human body does is weird. But go ahead.
I agree with you, David. We live in this world and this body and everything's normalized because what else is there? But if you actually think about what a human body is and what it does, it's crazy.
Thank you.
That's why we're doing this topic, because this shit's crazy. What is the longest amount of time someone's been pregnant?
Is that pregnancies?
No.
Or one pregnancy?
One pregnancy.
I read this too. It was almost a year.
375 days.
Yeah. A little over a year, yeah.
Only like 7 some pounds.
How?
I don't know.
That must have been before they would induce.
For sure, yeah. I don't have the year for that.
That also makes me wonder how accurate their timing was.
But I read that it's not uncommon for women to have 10-month and 11-month pregnancies. It's not normal, but it's not completely uncommon.
Let that happen anymore.
I also
maybe not.
It's true that they say you're pregnant for 9 months, but really it's more like 10 months.
It is 10 months. It's 40 weeks.
Yeah, so we think it's 9 months, but it's actually 10 months.
It's just because the first month is nothing. It's like still, they count it from the last day of your menstrual cycle. So like you're not pregnant for that first 3 weeks, but that's considered part of your pregnancy. So
okay.
Anyway, do you know what's the record for giving births in a lifetime?
Ew, probably like 25 or 30.
Oh no.
Really? 40. Wait a minute. 42. 50.
50? More? 60?
Really sexy number.
69?
69.
Wait a minute. How is that even possible?
In the 18th century, she had 27 pregnancies, 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 quadruplets.
Who is this person?
The most beautiful woman in the world.
She must have just had no pelvic floor anymore. At a certain point, it just melts away and her babies just shoot out.
She had one birth where 4 of them came out at once.
Yeah, that's so creepy. Because one of my friends in high school, and Hooligan Mama will know him, had 12 brothers and sisters, and she was pregnant the last time I saw him. She had 13 pregnancies. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know who this person is and how they were able to have 69 kids. All those kids didn't survive. But if half of them survived, that's a lot of kids.
It's like what like fish do. Don't they have like 7 million babies?
Yeah, they just pop them out. That's so creepy.
So I have a few stats now. I wasn't going to get into this stuff, but it's stuff that really irks me. So I kind of wanted to start the conversation.
Okay.
Far in depth. Kind of the like the shitty side of all this. That the U.S. has the highest first-day infant death rate in the industrialized world. We also
Which is
60th in maternal health and mortality, and it's really one of 8 countries that has actually seen a rise in maternal mortality, like mothers dying, like it's going up. And we have the most expensive. It costs the most in our country to have a baby, and we have worse outcomes than most countries.
do they say why? Do they give a reason why?
Why we have worse outcomes?
Yeah, why the mortality rate's going up and stuff.
That's like a whole podcast.
Oh wow.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to right now.
Yeah, the stats are scary. The reasons behind it is like a lot to unpack, I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't do that great.
Wait a minute, I thought we were the greatest country in the world.
In the 15th century in Europe, childbirth was considered so dangerous that the second you got pregnant, you had to make out a will. Standard procedure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have the longest labor of any mammal. Like, I think the second is chimpanzees, which is like a fraction of what humans go through.
Do you know how long that is for chimps?
Well, so they track it in minutes. There's a graph here. So humans, they have 800 minutes, which is not helpful. I wish they would put that in hours or days. Chimpanzees is 100.
100, so 3 hours. No, 2 hours.
He's valedictorian. I can't do math.
Less than 2 hours. 100 minutes. Wow. Ugh.
I think part of the reason, David, you asked about why do we have such bad outcomes. 95% of women that go to the hospital to give birth are considered low risk and able to give birth normally, but actually only 2% of them do because of all the drugs and interventions that they're kind of pressured to get for various reasons. So,
oh, that's interesting.
All mammals actually eat their placentas after they're born.
That's hideous.
David, do you want to come over for our placenta eating party?
No, I went to one once. It smells hideous. I wouldn't eat it, and it smells hideous. It smells hideous when it's cooking. It smells like really rotten liver.
Are you serious? They cooked the placenta?
Yeah, and I will never go to one again, and I should have left. I was being there supportive, but never again.
How were they cooking it?
I don't remember. I just remember the smell was it was like rotten liver. That's what it smelled like. Rotten liver.
Can you get the recipe for us?
Ew.
I think we're gonna toss ours, but
bury it with a tree or whatever. Let it feed a tree or something.
That's a good idea.
Okay, any guesses on the quickest labor and the longest labor humans ever had?
I know the quickest.
What?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And
2 minutes? Where it just came out, just flew out.
It was like I'm having a baby and literally had a baby in 2 minutes. Seriously, like labor started and the baby was out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, fingers
That's
crossed.
what my mom claims too. But go ahead, yeah.
That's my hope and dream.
And then the longest labor is probably something like a week or something.
Oh, way longer.
3 weeks.
A month?
Longer.
What?
75 days.
That doesn't make any sense.
When and where was this?
I don't know.
Wait, we don't have any more comments from our listeners. Are they getting upset?
Well, how about this one? This is it's possible to have an orgasm while you give birth. Like as the baby's coming out.
Are you gonna do that?
Maybe that's what Brittany did, why they had to have the conservatorship. There was
Brittany.
really
Brittany.
I mean, that's the plan, David. I would love that. They could have an orgasmic birth.
With all those people around you and their hands inside your vagina.
Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say, and this David was for you when I found this. that in the Middle Ages, women in labor were expected to make cakes, and they called them groaning cakes because they were groaning as they were making the cakes.
What kind of cake? They were expected to make the cakes? Like, bitch, you better get in the kitchen and make a groaning cake, bitch.
Yep, apparently.
It was probably a way to try and get them to distract themselves in pre-labor.
But it was like so specific to cake, which I don't know. This seemed like a rule that David made up for women.
Well, yeah, bitch better make my cake, right? Nathan, tell her. Look at her and tell her, bitch better get in the kitchen and make my cake.
Only a lemon cake for you, David.
Oh, with jam in it and raisins.
I don't mind that. Oh, I have to tell you.
Oh,
So our listeners are saying they're listening. Hooligan Mama is still listening.
Now, these are all fascinating facts. I think everyone just is like, wow.
Yeah, they're like, wow. Keep going, Aaron. Go. Ready? Go.
I think that everyone's just picturing their moms, then birthing them, and everyone's getting.
God, my mother is so disgusting.
I have more, but I feel like I'm gonna wear out my welcome if I keep going.
Give us
No, I'm interested. Keep going. Ready? Go.
All right. There was no such thing as like pain relief in childbirth until Queen Victoria asked to inhale chloroform while she was and from that on, it was like standard to give with women like some kind of drug, to the point where like in the beginning of the 19th century they were giving women heroin.
Were they ever,
Why not?
Were they ever giving women cocaine? Like cocaine was a popular thing.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
I wonder if they're doing lines of cocaine well.
Yeah.
Or however they did it. Sips. I don't know.
The first time that there was a successful C-section that the woman and the mom and baby survived was 1500. Year 1500.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
There's a really fun movie is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, starring Kevin Costner. Morgan Freeman is in it. It was the first film that I saw Morgan Freeman in. I was like, wow, who is this guy? He's so amazing. And Morgan Freeman's character performed section. And he's from an Arab country, and he goes back with Robin Hood, Kevin Costner's character, to Sherwood Forest or whatever. I guess Robin Hood saves his life, and he's like, he's like what do they call it? He's like he saved his life. He's like not betrothed, but he's committed to him to save his life. And then he's released from that bond to go back to his family. And another character is having it's a breech birth actually. And he's like, oh, I know what to do. And they're like, well, how do you know? He's like, well, I've seen it down on horses. And then they do it, and they both survive. And that kind of is that era. So
that sounds fun. You should get that horse doctor to deliver your baby, Aaron. we have a disgruntled listener, Nathan, and they're mad at you particularly. It's CB Actor Traveler says, I asked during the last hour, but my question was not answered. But using a word like tutelage, wasn't Nathan valedictorian?
I was salutatorian.
You were what?
I was number 2. I was the poop.
Oh, so he was not as smart as you think, CB Actor Traveler.
Segues into my next fact, which is that most women poop while they're giving birth. Yay!
Ugh, women are so filthy. Literally, yeah. This backs up my claim. I've said this before on this podcast. I'm going to say it again. In this whole world, there's nothing worse than a mother. But go ahead, Aaron.
I want to know what our guests, our listeners' question was that wasn't answered. I missed that.
That was it. They asked,
okay.
when you used it tutelage in the last hour, and then he asked, isn't Nathan a valedictorian? But you never answered.
Sorry. Yep.
So we're sorry, CB Actor Traveler. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you said you wanted to talk about other species?
I do have facts. You don't have any more facts?
I do, but I know that we're being mindful of time these days.
How many more do you have? You want to run through them real quick?
I can. Let's see. Newborn babies can hear and smell and feel to the same degree that we can.
Oh, I didn't know that.
are as sensitive as us as adults. But their brains don't process everything because everything's new.
Dumb baby.
It hasn't built the pathways, David.
Uh-oh, we have a fight going on. Hooligan Mama says, David, mothers rock. Because she's a mother.
Do you know when you're pregnant why your sense of smell and taste gets sharper?
I do.
I don't. Why is that?
So you don't ingest rotten food.
Pretty much, yeah. You become hyper protective against potential toxins that could be dangerous to your fetus.
Did you experience that as a mother?
He doesn't want me to poop when I'm in labor. I'm gonna try for you, Glenn.
I have a feeling Aaron's gonna try to poop.
I'm gonna think about Glenn in that moment and be like, God, just gonna hold it. I'm really gonna hold it.
My chant for Aaron is gonna be, poop it out, poop it out.
Wait, Aaron, have you experienced a heightened smell where certain smells disgust you? And
no, not really. I feel like I always had a really strong sense of smell, and it just seemed to kind of carry through.
have you had any food that you used to like that it grosses you out now, or have you had any cravings?
No.
Are you going to have a baby?
No, I had a really, really like easy pregnancy. I don't know if like birth is going to be an absolute disaster because I got so lucky these last 9-10 months. I don't know.
I know the answer to that,
What?
actually. It's not going to be a disaster. It's going to be a really easy,
Oh, good.
quick birth.
Good. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to try to break the world record.
2 minutes. You're gonna 2 and 2, baby. 2 and 2. 2 and 2, baby. That's good. Yeah, just let it flop her on out.
Yeah.
Nathan, I think I'm having other babies here.
But she won't cry because she can't cry.
She'll
Good.
scream. Hooligan Mama already told us that they scream.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the only way they communicate, which is really annoying. Anyway. Yeah, let's see. In the Netherlands and Japan, pretty much all women choose not to take any sort of medication during labor.
Really?
And it's like it's not uncommon. Like most other countries, like you're encouraged to. They don't scare mothers about labor. Like here, like all you hear about horror stories. You hear about how much it's gonna hurt. You see like, on the TV. So we're fed this narrative about what birth should be and how miserable it is, and from a biblical point of view, it's like a punishment to women. And like most other civilized places, like this is just like a transformation that your body's going through that's completely natural, and women kind of embrace it and are strong and deal with it.
I think that though that's changing because every woman I knew had natural birth. They didn't do drugs, or they had minimal. The minimal where it's like at the end or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not the majority anymore in our country, for sure.
Wait, what? I don't understand. We have a comment that I don't understand. Can one of you guys read it and then explain it to me?
Really, the fact that you're not a Britney fan and you're about the Free Britney movement speaks, dude.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Well, we have a question. Wondering what the plans for the podcast are once the true decider arrives. Is that a baby name option?
Well, we're going to have a new host who will be reading, doing the intro and the outro. So,
well, funny you should ask. That is a reason why we're doing 2 episodes tonight, just in case I go into 2-minute labor tomorrow. We'll have something to put out.
Maybe you shouldn't have put out before you put. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't get the correct wording right at all. Yeah.
Do this until we die. So
I want to have the baby right there. I don't see why. Look at everybody who's watching the video. You can see Erin can have the baby right next to her while we're doing the podcast. I don't see why not.
We might just go live once I go into labor.
Yeah.
We should. Nobody's done that yet. Can you do that? Can you set it up, Nathan? Why don't we do that? Listeners, would you tune in to see Erin live stream her birth?
Maybe not the juicy shots, just the.
No, even just her face.
So we have a. Do you know that YouTube banned the word poop in comments, but you can say shit until your lungs fall out?
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, that makes very little sense.
Cool. So, David, anything that you want to share about this topic?
I do have the facts. Erin told me to look up facts for other species. You guys read the comments while I.
Casey just the listener clarified the last statement about you not being a fan, but being a supporter of Brittany, and that it just means you're an amazing person, basically.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hooligan Mama wants to guess the birthday. Yes, you can guess, and if you get it right, Hooligan Mama, you win a big prize. Erin has a big prize for you. Oh, Nate, Queen of the Von Edmondson Cult says yes, go live. She has spoken. Can you set it up, Nathan?
Apparently, my birth is audio recorded.
Oh.
So we could just listen to my birth.
This is what you can do. Why don't you do a split screen like this? We go live. You guys can screw around, do whatever you do birth, and I can like MC the whole thing. I can just keep talking through the birth while you guys do whatever you do birth-wise. How about that? And don't videotape the actual birth. Don't videotape her vagina as a baby's coming out of it. That nobody wants to see that.
There's one exception to that. So I forget that there's all these different positions. The babies goes down through the like they work their way through the pelvis in, and there's optimal positions and positions that aren't optimal because it becomes harder for them to fit and maneuver, and they like go and turn, and like there's anyway, it's all complicated. But there's one position, I can't remember the name, where the baby comes out face first, and it's much harder for the mom. It's like harder to push, and it's harder, like she can get injured. So it's not what you want. But if you want to watch, if you're going to ever watch a birth, watch that because it's so wild to see. So like baby face first coming out.
That's so creepy.
I can't describe it in any other way. You just have to see it for yourself.
All our listeners are saying yes, live stream the birth. Yes, live stream the birth. So I think that you guys are pretty much, yeah.
So we have to, I guess.
So you're locked in.
Locked in. Gotta do what the listeners want. March 9th.
Ooh, Hooligan Mama says March 9th. So write that down.
That's my guess.
That was Nathan's guess.
So they'll have to share. You could have to share with Nathan. All right, here are my facts. In the animal world, what animal has the longest gestation period, and how long is it?
Elephants, 22 months.
Wow, how did you know that?
Who doesn't know that?
Ew, it's called face presentation, what the listener says, when the baby comes out face first. What if your baby comes out purse first? Nobody will know that. Nobody will know that I'm the only person. Are there any listeners that understand what it means when a baby comes out purse first? If you do, comment, please. What's the shortest gestation period?
Ooh, like a minute?
6 weeks.
No, you're not even close. It's the Virginian possum, which I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't know that there was more than one kind of possum. It's 12 to 14 days.
What?
I know, that's a hurry up process right there. Okay. I don't know how to ask this in a form of a question. Okay, do you know what kind of animal drops their baby from 6 feet?
Oh,
Giraffe.
is it?
Yes, it's a giraffe, and the umbilical cord severs at that point. And how long does it take before the giraffe can get up and walk?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
No, it takes about 20 minutes. So how fast before your baby gets up and walk after you poop her out?
10 seconds.
Human babies are so immature when they're born. They're actually still gestating for another 3 months. Like they should actually still be in your body because. So yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Okay.
Bones.
Yeah.
What do elephants' mothers do if their baby isn't breathing or unresponsive?
Kick them.
How'd you know that? You know everything. All right,
we have a
go
March
ahead.
7th guess. An easy birth and beautiful child. I will be. I want, yes. If it takes to, if I have to wait till March 11th, but it's easy and the child's beautiful, then yes. And yeah.
What would you do? Okay, obviously you're not going to say it, you're not going to acknowledge it, but what do you do? The baby comes out, the baby's ugly as hell. How do the Von Edmondsons respond to that?
All of them are. Have you ever seen a newborn baby?
All right, the baby gets to be like 9 months, a year, even 2 years old, ugly as sin. What do you guys do?
I think that as parents, you don't see it. Like, your baby's beautiful. Like, there's like, especially for moms, like there's actual, like, the way your baby smells, like, produces hormones. And there's like studies of like as a mom, you can just look at your baby for like 24 hours straight, and it's the most fascinating thing ever. So it's like the mom instincts are so strong. I think that you wouldn't even see if your baby was ugly. So I'm going to count on all of you to let us know if our child is ugly, because we might not see it.
You're going to have people tell you. So if your baby is ugly, you'll treat it just like a normal child?
We'll see. Personality, then I think she would deserve that, right?
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Yeah, if your baby's ugly, try to teach it to have a good personality. Okay, we're going to get into the dumbest animal. What's the only mammal what's the only animal on the planet that cannot give birth by itself?
Humans.
No. Humans are the dumbest animals. Humans are the only animals that cannot give birth by themselves. There are some breeds of dogs that humans have changed that can't give it by themselves, but humans are the only animals that cannot give birth by themselves.
You can, though. Have you ever watched The Handmaid's Tale?
No, but I mean, like, other animals can do it so easily, and it's not a big deal. Like, if you had to give birth by yourself, you would freak out. And you might pass out too. Women pass out during birth and stuff. The only other instance of helping is there's a species of monkey that they've observed. The other monkeys come by and act as midwives, but it's not a primate. It's a monkey. No primates help. The mothers go off by themselves and give birth and come back, which I thought was strange. I thought like chimpanzees would help each other or something. Didn't you guys?
I never really thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I never really thought about it. Okay, what's the longest mammal that nurses? What's the longest time of nursing that a mammal does? Human. And what's the mammal?
Human.
Nope, not even close.
I don't know.
Chimpanzee.
You're getting closer.
Whales, maybe?
Nope, it's the orangutan who nurses their child for 6 to 7 years.
Humans do too, at least.
Are you going to do that? Are you going to nurse your child when they're 6 or 7 years old?
No, but that's. I don't think that'll be my choice, but that is the choice of some women.
It's funny because the mother's milk is so designed for brain development, especially. And it's funny because in Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard said that mother's milk is the worst thing for the baby, that you should not give a baby mother's milk. Instead, he has a barley formula where you soak barley oats.
Really?
And there's so many Scientologists that swear by it. And then I've had fights with somebody be like, why would you listen to L. Ron Hubbard for medical advice? Because he knows everything. It's like, no, a mother's milk is exactly designed to help, especially in the development of the brain. So it's really sad. There's a whole bunch of people that aren't doing it. Yeah, go ahead.
I just exclaimed in horror.
It's very sad. What kind of an idiot would listen to him? All right. What's the shortest mammal nursing period? And this is unbelievable. Go ahead.
A day.
Close. It's 4 days. It's the hooded seal that nurses for 4 days, giving 22 liters of milk a day.
What?
To these puppies, and then they quadruple their size in 4 days.
Wow.
That doesn't seem possible.
It does not seem possible, does it?
Fat cells just expand. This must be it.
Yeah. The listeners have proclaimed me birth expert, and I would have to agree.
He's being sarcastic, but That's just my guess.
Okay, the lady emperor penguin will leave their nest for weeks at a time to go find food because they're so stupid. They live in the Arctic Circle or the southern Arctic, whatever. I forget what it's called. Antarctic, right? Yeah, Antarctica. Yeah. So they have to leave because they're just in snow and there's no food. They have to leave for weeks at a time. The father sits on the eggs and doesn't move the whole time, doesn't eat, doesn't do anything except for sits on the eggs for weeks at a time. How dumb is that? Like, what do you move? What do you go somewhere else? It's so dumb.
Somebody's going to scoop up your eggs. They're going to slurp them up like they're chips.
No, but before you get pregnant, you think and you go, okay, well, this is not a good environment to raise our children. So we're going to go somewhere, even swim across to like freaking Argentina and go up a little bit. Because if you go up to Buenos Aires, it's not as cold and you can like find more food and stuff. So dumb. Okay, this is bizarre. Okay, you guys listening? Because this is bizarre. Well, this is what I think you should do. This would be make your birth so much easier, and the first 3 months of your child's life so much easier.
Okay.
Black bears get pregnant right before they go into hibernation, or they can have sex up to like 3 months, they said, before hibernation, but they won't conceive until they go into hibernation.
Oh.
So that they conceive at a point where that when they go into hibernation, then they give birth and they're still asleep. They give birth. The baby comes out and starts suckling them for 3 months while they're still in hibernation. It just lays there suckling on them, and it grows 3 times as big in 3 months. So you just wake up and there's a baby. Oh my God, there's a baby. Don't you think that's what you should do? Don't you think that's a much better plan?
That sounds like a nice birth.
Yeah, doesn't it? I want to know if they don't roll over on the baby or something like that, though.
Well, March 8th, we have another March 8th guest. That's also my guess. And I didn't even realize that was International Women's Day.
Oh, and you're going to have a woman, right? You're giving birth to a woman?
Yes. So we're maybe we'll try to skew the results and do everything we can.
Do it.
To move the process along.
The Queen of the Von Edmondson Clam has proclaimed, love this podcast. So I think that we're doing pretty good. What mammal has the largest brain?
The dolphin.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's the dumbest when it comes to birth.
The human.
Humans have the biggest brain, but they can't figure out how to give birth correctly. Isn't that weird?
We give birth correctly. It's just
no, but it's so weird that like you figure like your cat can like crawl under the house and give birth and everything's fine. But like a woman has to scream and cry and go to the hospital. I can't have the baby. I'm gonna die. Oh my God. Okay, we're at least smarter than octopus. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Because an octopus only has a lifespan of 3 to 5 years. They hatch their eggs. Once their eggs are hatched, they lay their eggs, they hatch eggs. Once the eggs are hatched, they die.
Yep. And don't they have a million eggs or something?
Yeah, but how dumb is that?
It's pretty dumb.
There's so many dumb people on this planet. Oh, here's something, though, that I didn't know. And this just proves, this is what I've been saying for decades. And you guys have got to start listening to me. And I posted it because there's so much fucked up shit that goes on this planet. You take humans off of it and people think like, nature's beautiful. Nature is a dick. Nature is a dick straight up. I've posted this that I learned recently is that killer whales eat seals, which eat penguins, which is just a fucked up system. But this is what I didn't know too. Male dolphins routinely have been observed doing this, is they will, like a pod of male dolphins, like a dozen male dolphins will get a female dolphin, pull her away from the pod and make it so she can't get away. And they all will take turns raping the female dolphin. And she's trying to get away the whole time and they won't let her get away. And then once they've all had their way with her, they let her go. Are you ready? And then I'm not even done yet. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
After they rape her, they're 50% less streamlined through the water. So she's 50% slower than the other dolphins. And a lot of times they'll leave her behind and predators will eat her.
Sounds terrible.
Kind of depressing, David.
Yeah.
How fucked up is this planet? I tell ya. I thought that humans are the worst, but everyone on this planet is the worst. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Nathan?
What if that dolphin was Diane Sawyer?
Well, I'm sure that the dolphin community has a Diane Sawyer. But Diane Sawyer, I wonder, wouldn't that be funny? Now, let's everybody picture Diane Sawyer being raped by 12 dolphins and then left to just be eaten by a shark.
What does this have to do with? What does this have to do with births and nature? Besides from the raping, I guess.
Well, no, that's how female dolphins get pregnant.
Yeah.
And they don't like it. It's not like they're hanging out. They've been observed trying to get away, and the dolphins are hitting her and keeping her in place. It's just fucked up. It's just so fucked up. Go ahead, what?
You got to give humans is that not all the time, but sometimes you get pregnant during a pleasurable event. Where like cats, for example, you keep using them as a prime example of a species that does it right. Like male cats have like barbed hook penises that they like jab in the cats and they scream and it's painful and it sucks. And they're basically just raping each other as well. So at least we do that better than other species.
Totally. A listener just said, "Oh my God, what is happening?"
I don't know.
It's true. At least we have the idea of consent within the human race, and I don't know that there's another species that has the idea of consent. Is there?
Birds, maybe. They're like with the dancing and the preening.
That's true. There's some male birds that have to build a little house for the female bird and give her presents and stuff. So that's true. That is true.
And then there are the spiders and other insects where the female eats the male after they do it.
It's so just uncalled for. Hello?
What happened, David?
Were you possessed by a demon?
Yeah, I actually dropped. Luau Lulu went berserk and she knocked everything over. Okay, I have one more fact. And then we're done. Okay, human babies suck their thumbs. What do elephant babies suck?
Their noses?
Their tusks. Wait,
their trunks, yeah.
Sorry.
I thought that was cute.
Actually.
Elephant babies are cute when you see them and you see them in the videos. They look like there's a person inside of an elephant costume sometimes. It's cute. Like
Ace Ventura style?
Yeah, but I saw some video of like big elephants kicking elephant babies that weren't theirs. It's I need off this planet. Like all of you people, and I'm grouping humans in with killer whales and seals and penguins also rape their penguin girls too. But anyways, you guys are all awful. You need to get it together because I can't deal. But go ahead.
And there you have it. That is from humans to raping penguins. The whole spectrum. Did we all learn something today? Casey
Hare learned a whale. That's all she says. A whale.
She was probably guessing. Okay, well, like I said, part 2 of this is going to be when whoever the three of us is that gives birth and actually can tell the tale for real, like from experience.
We want to know all the gory details. We want to know everything you went through. We want to know if it really truly is painful.
I guess it was we probably all figured out that it's me that's giving birth, right?
Oh.
Obvious.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
Yeah. Anyway, so that'll be part 2. We don't know when that's going to come. But when it comes, one of you may be a lucky winner. We'll see.
We'll see. I can't wait to see what the prize is.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really good prize.
It's going to be a placenta.
We're gonna ship you the raw placenta. Anyway, unless there's anything else,
No.
well, thank you all for tuning in, especially those of you who tuned into both episodes back to back. It was great to have you. Please, if you haven't already, give us a like on Facebook and Instagram. That really helps us. And if you're listening, I know you guys have missed out on so much of the visual fun that we have. But thank you for listening, and please shout out on iTunes as well. And we'll be back. Oh, might be back next week. We might be doing an episode next week instead of 2 weeks from now. So please go to our Facebook and Instagram, and we'll let you know when the next live stream is.
Yeah, like us on Facebook and twat us on Twitter. We're on Twitter too. We don't know how to work it, but we're on it.
Don't go to Twitter.
But we're on there. Oh my God, a listener wished you all the best and hoped you have an easy birth and can't wait to see little angel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to try it one more time. Are you guys ready? I'm going to count to 3, and then we're all 3 going to do it together. You guys ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's Brittany.
Time, bitch.
Bitch. Oh, Jesus.